Hey gang, how are you? It's Mob Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. Tampa Tom fishing first here. Chewy of the North. Chewy Limited second. David Samsel third. Three here, two thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for being here, and ladies as well. Uh, yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I've been a busy camper, getting stuff down, and of course I had to put up my grave site of Rock and Roll Hall of Famers. I went through there. Logan, what's up, buddy? At Ambus Aquatics. Hold on. Guess who wants to get down? He's been like sitting in my lap for like an hour or so. Excellent, Tampa Tom. Hey, Jeff at Valley Fish. What's up? It's how's everyone going? Dinner's good. I ate dinner about 2 hours ago. I had some cheesy vegetarian burgers, and I'll tell you how they're good. For those sitting there going, "Hey, well, that's gross." Hey, what's up, Doug Gray? Is that I put horseradish on them. It's great, and I don't fry them in the pan. I put them in the oven and heat them in the oven with zucchini, and I have a bunch of zucchini to give to the fish after tonight's live stream. They're like staring at it. They're just about out of the current thing of thing. I have it sitting on top of the 65. There's still some left here and there. You're having leftover real cheeseburgers? There you go, Tampa Tom. Are you having problems with the rioters, Valley Fish? Anybody having issues with the rioting in their area? Doug Gray was telling me that they were going at Foot Locker. You know, those Air Jordans are pretty nifty. They're pretty nifty. And yeah, where I am in Joplin, there were two protests on Saturday. Nothing going on as far as I know today. So that's good news. Yeah, I'm in small town. Small town. Did a couple of small little protests. It's all fine. America works. Now I have a question here. Why is Target being is this Walmart paying them to do this? Just a question. Yeah, I've got real wide feet. My feet are so wide, Jeff, that I can't fit in Air Jordans. I mean, they're just small town. Good John Mellencamp song. Here you go. See in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Just a question. Doug Chewy will go on from there. I got it's Kmart was never good. Even when Kmart was big, it was not good. Oh, who do we have here? Oh, he walked away. Bolo got down to drink, and now he's coming back. He was a little sick to his tummy today, so I gave him his medicine at this morning, and then I got home from work, and that still didn't quite do it, so I gave him some more of his medicine. And Kmart. Kmart was crap from moment one. I swear to you about Kmart. If you went into Kmart to get any useful item, Scotch tape, to get, you need napkins before the whole, paper thing. Just a normal item. If you went into Kmart for that one item, they were always out every time. That's why that company failed. Say what you want to do about Walmart or about Target. The normal crap you go into them for, except for the toilet paper over the last few weeks, last few months, I should say, they always have it. It's, so there we go. But Kmart did have soft pretzels. That's true. and they had that roving blue light. And maybe that was the deal, is if I would have stayed there long enough, I could have sat there and said, oh, they finally said Scotch tape. Oh, they have some. I think they just went through just trying to get rid of stuff. Hey, D, what's up? Down the wormhole in the house. So, yeah, I don't quite get, I feel sorry for any LFSs that are in some of the rougher neighborhoods. It's just not good at all. Not good at all. So, yep. So Bolo's over here. He's eating. Oh, now he's laying down. He, let's see, Bolo, by the way, yeah, he's getting skinny. He's never been really a skinny dog, so I have a feeling this is part of his old age kicking in. Yeah, the Kmart Blue Light Special. And they always yelled out crap you didn't need, right? I remember as a kid going into Kmart, and they would go and do the men's underwear half off. People would run over whether they wanted or needed men's underwear or anything. So there you go. Excellent. Very cool that your fish are outside there. That's exciting. So yeah, so the picture on my avatar, I went to the grave site in Lyndhurst, New Jersey, no less, of one Joey Ramone. So I went there. He was Jewish, and so the tradition is, I learned this at the time, I didn't know this, is that you put, hey Bolo, you want to say hi to everybody? Say hi again. Yeah, he's a good little guy. So, put a stone on top of the gravesite so that you were there. So I went and did that, and I went with some people I worked with who are all Ramones fans. We went over, and everyone sort of freaked out because when I worked in New York, the company I worked for had 3 offices, and 2 of them were 4 blocks away from each other in Manhattan, Midtown. One was in an office complex across 33rd from the Empire State Building, and not the Empire State Building, Madison Square Garden. And the other one was on the 17th floor of the Madison Square of the Empire State Building. See, I keep turning them around. And the other was in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, which is near Hackensack, essentially. It's suburban Hackensack. And they actually have some great fish stores up there. They really do. I mean, just fantastic fish stores. So, yeah, so that's kind of exciting. So, Bolo, what's up? He's like sitting here, so I don't know if he wants to get down. He'll get on my lap to let me know if he wants to get down. So, yeah, so the fish stuff, everybody's doing well in the fish room. I've gotten the process of going out and setting up new breeders. And I've got to move more swordtails out. Hey! You didn't know Al Capone was into fish. Yeah, you see, that is funny. And that, by the way, is the whole Mobb thing. That's it's sort of on the whole Mobb deal, but also on the rapper Mobb Deep. And so on that rap act, Mobb Deep, which is old school now, old school rap, like Wu-Tang Clan. And Dr. Dre and NWA and all that sort of stuff. All that fun stuff. And so I was I've been to a rap concert. I've not been to a lot of them, but you know what? Great crowds. I love going. It's I saw 50 Cent and Jay-Z on the Rock Nation tour. This is going back probably about 10, 11 years. It's great. Charlotte. Yep, David, it's all good. Thanks for wearing your Mob Guppy pride in public. It's all good. So yeah, so the other things having to do with the fish room, just getting stuff set up and getting stuff going in. I put out the video on my Roebuck Reds. I started noticing something with some of uh the males as well. Some of the males are almost completely red. They're obviously not red Moscow, but they're almost completely red. And I'm going to be really centering on them. So I'm going to set them up with some ladies for some loving. So there you go. There you go. That's what we have going on. That's the simple thing that we have going on. What's going on in your fish room there? So the Ramones. I never saw the Ramones in concert. Always a huge Ramones fan. And Sand Creek Aquatics, there you go. I love going to concerts. I enjoy them a lot. I've seen a number of acts, but I'm not like somebody Chewy of the North. He's seen way. You probably have seen more than I have. So it's most of the acts I've wanted to see. Sometimes I've gotten tickets to things, so I've gone. So let me give you the list of concerts I've been to. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. Power Station. I saw Wham. I saw the Pointer Sisters. I saw Katrina and the Waves. U2. I've seen them twice. No Cher. I've never seen Cher. Metallica. Skinny Puppy. Shania Twain. I had free tickets with some friends invited me to go out to see Shania Twain. I didn't really know a Shania Twain song, but I was there. It's a good show. Let's see here. Junior Brown. Lori Morgan. But I have seen, give you total country music and rock cred, I saw Johnny Cash in concert. It was Johnny and June and their kids who couldn't sing. It was, and can you imagine being the son of Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash? Two people with huge voices. So John Carter Cash, he sang a couple of songs that he went, and the concerts are a thing of the past right now. They certainly are. I'd like to see Motley. I never saw Motley. So let's see, who else have I seen? The Call, the Psychedelic Furs. My ex-wife wanted to see Natalie Cole, so we saw Natalie Cole. She still had a great voice. Still had a really great voice. So, what concerts have you guys seen? I think I've given you a pretty good list of what I've seen. Oh, I saw The Who. Their 25th anniversary tour. Alpine Valley, Wisconsin. 1 year, almost to the day before Stevie Ray Vaughan died. Yeah, Johnny Cash was the real deal. June was great. June was funnier than heck. Yeah, The Who. Yeah, The Who, Doug Gray. The Who. They were great. Absolutely great. It was... Then they had a horn section that did... they did about a half hour of Tommy with the horn section. It's fantastic. And Alpine Valley outdoor venue between Milwaukee and Chicago. Great venue. You could see why an artist would want to fly in and out of there on a helicopter, and of course the loss of Stevie Ray Vaughan, who was like one of the greats. So yeah, so that's who else have I seen in concert? See, now it's good the rest of the night. So come on, tell me what concerts you guys have been to. Yeah, Johnny Cash was the deal. He was the dope. Really was. Oh, I saw 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Buster Rhymes, Big Boy, Chingy, rap show. Now, at one of these, public, community type things where they do like semi big artists to come in, they brought in Dan Seals of Seals and Crofts fame, and he kept talking about being enjoy your pizza, Jeff. He kept talking about the Baha'i faith. And this is when I was working in Alabama, and he was sponsored by one of the country music radio stations, and they said, Baha, what? Saw Smash Mouth. Who else did I see? It'll come to me. I'll know more. More will come to me. Oh, I saw Prince 5 times. Never seen Bob Dylan. Like to see Bob Dylan before he passes on. Didn't see Guns N' Roses, but that would be a great show to go see. Really a great show to go see. Yeah, so it's and again, really would have loved to have seen the Ramones. So that my kind of band. The other band that's sort of an 80s, 90s type band that had more cult classic type stuff than popularity was Oingo Boingo. I never saw Oingo Boingo. My brother did. Diet 7 Up, everybody. Burned my head, by the way, mowing on yesterday. You saw Al Stewart? Let's see. Streetwise. Front 242. The Aphex Twins. I have not seen Atrecha. I have not. Who else have I seen? Um, it's pretty good. I enjoy I enjoy shows, and and you can really enjoy yourself at a concert. Again, I had no idea what a Shania Twain was. She was great in concert. It was a great show. You saw the Sons of Cream, Aerosmith. You see, there you go. I'd like to have seen Aerosmith. My brother's gone on this thing. My big brother Todd has gone on this stuff of, he keeps putting down list challenge. His bucket list shows to go see. And he was at the final show, the last one for Tom Petty. He went to see Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers at the Hollywood Bowl, and within a couple of days, Tom Petty was dead. So then my brother puts on this thing. He goes, it's a bucket list. Gonna go see Chris Rock, and I'm going, yeah, don't ever say that again. Techno house DJ in the '90s. Yeah, raves in the clubs. There you go. I would like to see Kiss. I've not seen them in concert. Would like to go and see Iggy Pop. I wouldn't mind seeing John Lydon and Public Image Limited. They're touring, or just put off a tour. They're going to tour some dates in the U.S. My music taste, not necessarily mainstream. Not necessarily, it's not necessarily the most popular music in the world. But that's okay. It works for me. Metallica was unbelievable. I saw them in Nashville 2002. Great show. Oh, I did see David Lee Roth, and I saw him as a solo act, and I saw Cinderella. I saw Bruce Springsteen. I knew more would come to me. Who else did I go to? He'll come to me. What's up? Melvin, DNA Aquatics in the house. Joining Streetwise, joining everybody here. It's all good stuff. Good group of people as always. Hope you're having a good time in your fish room, getting stuff organized and up and running. Yeah, you know what? I saw the platters, but there's like 10 platters right now. And I'll tell you what about Springsteen. I'm not a Springsteen fan. I think I have one or two of his CDs. And the problem I have with Springsteen is that I sometimes find his music to be a little self-indulgent. What I love about Springsteen is when I saw him in concert, holy cow. It's the two best concerts. There's three great concerts I've been to. Prince. I saw Prince in the Love Sexy tour, and I saw a bunch of his smaller shows. And I grew up in Minneapolis, and so I saw him several times in Minneapolis. And I saw him in Huntsville, Alabama. And the one thing I can say about Prince is that he would, before going on tour of Europe, because he toured Europe a lot, mainly because in Europe they didn't expect the huge show, and Prince just wanted to play. He'd do the big show, and he did the big show really, really well, but he just wanted to play. In Europe, they didn't care about the laser light show and stuff like that. So, but before he went to Europe, he always, about 2 days ahead of time, the word would get on the street that he was going to do a show at the old St. Paul Civic Center. Crystals, Pets, and Plants. How are you? And he always did the show to raise money for the food bank. Always. And so Prince, he would go out and do that. And because of my work and because of doing, some stuff, in the Twin Cities and stuff like that, I saw, by the way, Soul Asylum in concert. Let's see, Peter Himmelman. It'll come to me. I've seen more. T-Bone Burnett. Prince would do these shows to raise money for the food bank. It was right before he went to do Europe. And I was close enough to Prince World at the time that I could call, and I knew a gal who was his press person. Hey, buddy Rich, no flies on that, Doug. So I was close enough to his media person, public relations person, a lady named Jill Willis. And so I called over, and she always got me tickets. Always. It was very nice to do so. And one time I got backstage to Prince. Now, backstage to Prince is like, normally you get backstage, and there's like a couple of different levels. There's the meet and greet level. Prince didn't do no meet and greet. But generally, if you get the backstage pass, you're able to just head out backstage and chill. Well, with Prince, not so much. Prince, his area was completely over on the other side. Believe me, I was happy I was there, and when I'm going to tell you the story, it's just unbelievable. So I'm back there. They have a full spread of food, good stuff there. It's I was like 24 at the time. I could eat a house and not show it. And I sat there. Oh, you see Bolo here, everybody? You see him look up? He's a good little guy. So he went. Anybody else have any buffering? Excellent, Melvin. Look forward to seeing it. Um, so Prince. Yeah, look at Bolo. Okay, excellent. Look at you. Hey, you little guy. Yeah, so as you can tell, Bolo is pre-spoiled. Pretty spoiled. So, yeah, so I got limited backstage, which wasn't a lot of people. It was probably about 15 people. But it was Prince's sister, Tika. Prince had a bunch of sisters and brothers, from his parents. Both of his parents have been married a couple of times. And Tika was the full sister. And so she was great. Um, and Prince's mom, uh, Prince's mom, by the way, was a social worker, and she was a very, very nice lady. I had a buddy of mine who hosted a TV talk show who was backstage with me, and he tried to see if he could get her on. Of course, she said, absolutely not. She was sweet about it, just a really nice lady. And let's see here. And Larry Fitzgerald Sr., the father of Larry Fitzgerald Jr. And so enjoyed my time back there. Really had a nice time. The concert was absolutely fantastic. I saw him with, he liked to take Larry Graham on tour with him in his later concerts. One of the great bass players from ever, Sly and the Family Stone. A good time. Good time. Let's see here. Oh, I saw Nelly Furtado. I didn't see the other Nelly. Wouldn't it have been great for a concert being Nelly and Nelly? Just saying. And so I like me some Nelly. She was great. It was a good show. The Red Rockers, which they had a bunch of mid-level hits in the 80s. Saw them. They were good. Who else did I see? See, this is just sort of going through and seeing the shows that I've seen. So it's all good. So so the Fish Room. Yesterday I got up a little bit late. So as soon as we're done with today's live stream, the Fish get their big brine shrimp thing. David, I would love to see Cheap Trick. That'd be a show I'd go to. Because I think they all perform well. Chewy, I don't know. I think that's you. But I showed my rock and roll cred by having the wacky Joey Ramone gravesite pick. And by the way, one of the problems with concerts these days, and you guys know this, is that people go out and they purchase those tickets immediately, and then they try to sell them for a profit. There's a whole business around that. And so it's not good. Not good at all. And so all of a sudden, one of the reasons why Prince in his later days always did these pop-up shows was, and you have to give him all sorts of respect for this, is that he was going to make the same amount of money no matter what. It's not like the ticket scalpers, give the artist a piece of it. And so Prince's line was, hey, if I do these, I'm doing a show in a day and a half, the scalpers can't get in on it. He was right. And he said, and I can get the people who really love me, who may not necessarily be able to afford a $500 ticket, go from there. Now, the other thing about going to concerts is that because record sales aren't what they used to be, and the royalty checks that these artists get, not what it used to be. So they do these backstage experiences. And these backstage experiences, you can buy several levels. Get your own backstage laminated backstage pass. You can get pictures with every member of the band. You can do all that sort of stuff. Yeah, Doug Gray, the idea of going out and going to those shows. I'm looking forward, by the way, and I know it's probably not going to happen. Have they canceled Aquashella yet? Has Aquashella canceled? Because I would love to go. I'm about the same distance from Chicago as I am from Dallas. So it's let's see. It looks like they're still open. Looks like they're still trying to do Aquashella. Let's all hope they do it. Let's see here. And well, listen to this one at Aquashella. Their big one is the $85 weekend wristband, Aquashella glasses, Aquashella t-shirt, and VIP YouTubers meet and greet. I haven't been invited to be a YouTube meet and greeter. What's this? What's wrong with me? Well, they were doing a spring Alien Con, are called History Channel Con. That got canceled. Let's see about what's going on with Alien Con. Alien Con 2020. It looks like it could. Oh, and by the way, just speaking of a place you want to go to for Alien Con, is that it looks like, by the way, they've canceled it. Because they were going to do that History Con thing in LA, which I was thinking about going to. But to go out and do oh my goodness. An Ancient Aliens throw pillow for your couch. Talk about you get a lady into the place and you go, "Hi. What do you think of my fish?" And on the couch I've gotten Ancient Aliens throw pillow. Ancient Aliens throw pillow. It's a selling factor for the ladies. Right, ladies? Well, here's the deal about Aquashella. Is that my sister lives in Chicago, so I can go up there and hang out with her, have a place to stay. That's kind of neat. Bolo can run their lives. They have a 100-pound golden retriever named Annie. Annie would make the mistake of batting Bolo at some point. Bolo would go and shut Annie down. And within, 5 minutes, Annie and Bolo would be sitting next to each other. So that's the deal. So so Dallas and Chicago about the same distance. So, and Dallas, I have relatives in Dallas, but I don't know if they want to put up with the world's most attractive dog. It's not like a sibling. I have an aunt and uncle and a couple of cousins who live there. And I have some friends in Dallas. So, Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Chewy. Here's what's going on with the virus, because I've been locked into virus stuff. Um, is that the virus takes about 2 weeks to germinate. Yeah, Dallas has some really nice restaurants. So does Chicago. Chicago has some really cool places to eat as well. It's except when I went to Alien Con uh last fall, I went to Alien Con in Chicago. It was a heck of a time. But let me tell you a little bit about Alien Con. The crowd, much different than what you'd ever think. Really normal. I said it, normal. And you would think the crowd would be primarily men. No, lots of women there, and some of them were like college age gals going because apparently they love Giorgio, the guy with the tan and the hair thing. So there you go. There I think we've discovered, Doug Gray. There's a lot of real bad mayors. The mayor of Minneapolis, holy capoli, what a moron, what a pajama boy that guy is. Big Tank Hank, how are you? Big Tank Hank. I mean, that guy looks like it's there's been some crazy crap. These mayors have to set up, they have to go and stop this thing. And they have to step up, and the governors, and call out the National Guard, do whatever it can, because there's really good people. Hey, no problem, Chattanooga Ed. No problem. If you're driving, I need you to lurk. Hope the Guppies are doing well. Hope they're doing just great. Yeah, so Aquashella, you know, now the one, what was the name of the one in that's been Secaucus, New Jersey the last couple of years? Aquacon, or is it the Aquatic Experience? They're closed. They canceled for this year. And which is too bad. I used to live in Hackensack, not too far away, and not too far away from from New Jersey there. So there you go. So I'm hoping the Aquatic Experience comes back. There are a lot of complaints about that particular show. But it's a lot of complaints about that show. So, but I would like to go, and I'd like to get back up to New York, because it's just been a while. I really love New York. I love my time there. I also know places. I know the great steak places in Manhattan. Hey, congratulations, Chattanooga Ed. Congrats on the fry. Thanks, Big Tank Hank. Big J's Fish Keeper in the house. How are you? Great having you here. Yeah, I'll tell you though, David Samsel, I'm going to give you my philosophy here. Is that one of the problems of the internet is that we don't relate to each other anymore. We're not in places. Rose Aquatics, how are you doing? We're not relating to each other anymore because we can lock ourselves into, okay, we have a great hobby. We're involved with fish and keeping fish and some of you guys do different than I do, which is cool. I have the guppies and a couple of different things like that. Some of you have cichlids, big tank hank. You have a wide variety of fish that you enjoy keeping. And well, you can just bury yourself into being around people that are like you. And because people are like you doesn't mean that be a racial element or what have you, or a gender or what have you. Is just we surround ourselves by people with like interests, and a lot of times, if you go through and you know, is that people will go in the if you go to a high school, just to go through the thing. You go through a school and you're there at lunch and you got the jocks at one table. You have Hispanic kids at one table, Asian kids at another table. You have the geeks at one table. You have the goths at another table. All these different groups of kids. And we're not gelling together as people. And it's really, really a bad thing because I have, we should have friends of every ethnic background. We should associate with people who are different than us. That's sort of the deal. Learn different perspectives, learn different things from them. It's, learn, some of the differences in cultures. I was married to a woman of a different culture. And it was fascinating. I enjoyed learning about it. I enjoyed, going to eating the food, going to the markets, doing the way they celebrated holidays and all that sort of stuff. It's great. It's neat. So, yeah, Big Ten cake is true. No more interpersonal, relations. And Doug Gray, personally, I am aiming for more Asian chick friends. See, there you go. You are the world. And it's I think the whole process there choose ignorance, Peter, though, and but I'll tell you is that I can't change history. All I can do is change me. I know that there were people who behaved poorly in the past. I know that there were people who, I know there was great injustice, even beyond slavery. How we treated Native Americans, how we treated, all different sort of things. It's an awful thing, but it's part of history. Now, what I can do is change me. Is try to be a man who accepts those for who they are, their perspectives, and learn from them. That's it. It's all I can do. I can't go and I can't fix other people. Somebody is somebody who hates because they don't like the way someone looks, or that they speak a foreign language or whatever that is. I can't fix that. I can't control that. All I can do is address it and move forward. And yeah, you can't change history by ignoring it. Correct. But you can change history by making today, for you personally, that you're going to do something different, that you're going to go out and treat people who are differently and pick up new perspectives. And believe me, I'm as guilty as anybody else. We have a lot of things where people are not associating with other folks. Believe me, I'm there with you. I'm like Hermit Peter. I've got the social distancing thing down. Just here with my little dog, talking in my computer to my friends about fish. And I know that we have people from at least 2 different countries, maybe even more. We have people who have different ethnic backgrounds. But we all have something in common. We have the commonality of the fish, the commonality of an interest. And because of the commonality, that's kind of the neat thing. Let's see, what Rock and Roll Hall of Fame singer did I last listen to? Joan Jett. I also listen, you know who I love, by the way? And I listen to her quite a bit on my Amazon Alexa. I listen to Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Sorry, I don't know that. But you have Ricky How enabled. Do you want to open it?
No. Alexa, play Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Oh, my Alexa is being crazy. Alexa, what's the weather?
United City. It's 76 degrees.
Here's the Stevie Nicks.
Mostly sunny skies. Tonight, you can look for just a few clouds in the sky with a low of 64 degrees.
Yeah, it's the deal is that she loves being the cougar. That Cher loves being the cougar, and I got a little too old. Alexa, play Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Shuffling songs by Sister Rosetta.
I'm only gonna let this run for a second here. Yeah, the Runaways were very, very good. One of the great rock bands of all time. Changed the rules for women in rock. Fantastic. Yeah, I love listening to the blues. I'll wait for her to start singing. I'm not monetized, so what's going on there? Alexa, turn off. Hey, Lita Ford, there you go. Yeah, Lita Ford was in that band. Absolutely. No, it was all good. Yeah, the Pretenders, very, very good. By the way, that Learning to Crawl recording may be one of the best recordings of all time. I'll tell you what my problem is with Fleetwood Mac and the Eagles. I've heard it way too much. If I go the rest of my life not hearing a Fleetwood Mac or an Eagles song, I'd be fine. I've heard them way too much. They're great, absolutely fantastic, but that's just sort of the stuff. Yeah, there's just some music I've heard way too much. I like it. It's good. It's all that sort of stuff. But if there's some songs, if I don't hear them for the next decade, I'll be fine. Chandlaw Monkey. Yeah, there you go. The Beale Street Music Festival. Doug Gray. Yes, way too soon. It's we'll play. Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow. We're gonna play that one again. Wow, I haven't heard that one ever. All right. That's a new one. Yeah, so the fish, it's so what's going on with the fish? I don't know. I think the guppies are looking good. I'm experiencing something weird with my cross. Is that as soon as they drop fry, the females, I mean, they like are broken down. Their stomachs are concave. Peter Green was the real Fleetwood Mac, in my opinion. Shame he went insane and sold his guitar to Gary Moore, one of the greatest blues players, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, it's those bands of the 60s and 70s, they did a lot of something called drugs. And we lost a lot of really good players because of drugs. Obviously, we still have. We lost Amy Winehouse. We lost Kurt Cobain. Giants. Yeah, Janet Jackson. Yeah, it's yeah, she's good. Yeah. Sid Barrett did drugs, you say? And again, you imagine these folks being on the road, stuck in a bus for 12 hours between concert locations, and you're sitting there doing nothing, and you're stuck with your band, and a lot of these bands don't like each other that much. It's a business deal. It's like the Eagles. They hate each other's guts. And the Bengals, Go-Go's, Expose, Arrhythmics. Yeah, the good stuff. Walk Like an Egyptian. Of course, the Prince penned Manic Monday. Try breaking down in the Rogers Pass in a storm of the... Yeah, you see, there you go. You're with a bunch of bandmates who are stoned off their gourd. And as they're trying to get across, the van breaks down. Yeah, it's a tough, in a Partridge Family style school bus. Yeah. Yeah, these guys and gals, I mean, this ain't an easy gig. It's if they become successful, they become wildly wealthy. But a lot of these bands, they don't get along that well with each other. It was like the drummer for Aerosmith. Aerosmith was performing at the Grammys, and they didn't want their drummer to perform with them. Hey, Jesse. Hey, Ciagua. How are you? Great having you in the house. Has not stopped by tonight? Bob Kaler and Daryl Deemer. Normally they're right on top of it. Right on top of it. So yeah, so the Guppy cross I'm doing is that I have plenty of fry in there, but the females are breaking down. Do you know what, Doug Gray? I was the Keith Partridge stand-in. Bob Kaler's out at Walmart. The drummer with Aerosmith is nuts. It's you go through it and you see a band like U2. U2 has not had a change in their lineup since the brother of the Edge quit the group in like 79 or 78. I mean, those guys have been playing ever since altogether, which is amazing. And they still all get along, apparently. Bob Kaler, here we go. Now the party can start. 54 minutes in, Kaler shows up. Now, if Daryl Deemer shows up, party. We've got everybody we need here right now. It's all good. Let's see here. Well, Bob, I was just mentoring you in a good way, of course. Well, why would we question you, Doug Gray? Of course we know it's a good way. What I have liked, by the way, is hey, Lumpy Dog. Thank you very much. Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. Ooh, now at the Walmart garden department. Yeah, you see, there you go. Stars and Stripes beta. Yeah, I was watching Kaylor do trying to breed. I don't know where you are in your breeding of the betas thing, but I watched part of that the other day, and I was thinking to myself, that's a temptation. Can't do it. I'm not going beta. I'm not going beta. Thank you very much, Lumpy Dog. I really appreciate you lurking. Hey gang, it's what my line is. Anytime that you guys can join, it's all good. I appreciate you guys however much time you folks stay. I love my crew. If you're here for the whole time, fantastic. If you're here for 20 minutes, 10 minutes, we're all really busy. There's a lot of content available. I get it. So I just love having you guys there. Your glow beta spawned with the koi beta. Excellent. Well, I saw the video on the thing. I'll have to watch the whole doggone deal there. And I'm interested to see if the glow genes kick over to the koi beta. Just and guppies are beta. Yeah, the deal is about guppies. It's Anna's hobbies. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Great having you here. It's the whole process of getting everything going in. Um, I look at the whole process here with much fascination. Yeah, Bob Kaler's beta video. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I recommend that you guys subscribe to each other, and if you haven't subbed to me, please do. It's I'm here to support the fish fam, and that all starts with the good people, just like you. Yeah, I'm sure the glow betas are patented, and it'll be interesting to see. I'm guessing they don't breed. That is not something that goes generation to generation. Could be wrong. I could be wrong. Talk about frankenfish. Those glowfish. They get a lot of people into the hobby, which I really appreciate. Um, you know, I was going through the other day. I was talking about LFS when I lived in Alabama. That I used to go to, and it was closed. And every time a local fish store closes, there's a hurdle to a new fish keeper. Having that local fish store that you can go in, that's a real LFS with people that go from there. The LFS that I have here, you go in to talk, and the lady's really nice, and it's not a big store, but it's nice. And it's always busy, always full. Is that she's out there, she's selling. GRB Aquatics, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing what the babies grow into. I'm fascinated to see what's going on. Edgar Winter Group, Frankenfish, the new single. The new single all the way around. You have a sip of my diet 7-Up. Delicious. Good day. Good day, GRB Aquatics. What time is it in Singapore? What time is it? I'm No, I don't have goldfish, Anna. I've talked about I want to put a water feature in the backyard and do koi. 7:55 a.m. Tuesday. There you go. So it's 12 hours difference in Eastern time. Rosy red minnows, cool fish. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Rick Derringer. Yeah. Yeah. Rick Derringer for a long time opened up every concert, no matter who it was. Hanson with their special guest, Rick Derringer. Yeah, I like goldfish. Don't get me wrong. I don't have any. I would like to do the water feature in the backyard and do koi, and do a couple of things like that. Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. It goes in. Whenever you go through today and rock and roll hoochie coo, yeah, yeah. Well, that's perfect. Yeah, so it's because we're getting ready to go to bed. You're getting up. Perfect. Perfect. Um, what else is going on? I don't know. I've got the zucchini. The fish are gonna be fed with that. Baby brine shrimp on the way. I've got aquariums in place. I haven't set up their a couple of things to get them rolling yet, but I will. Yeah, it's is there a goldfish club? I'm sure there is. It's I was telling a buddy of mine who I'm kind of who knows about my fish hobby and accepts me anyways, even though he doesn't have fish. Um, I was telling him I was thinking about doing that water feature with koi in the backyard, and he goes, "Do you know how expensive those things are?" And I go, "Yeah," and he goes, "Oh yeah, you probably do." And the deal is with koi, as we all know, if you get a koi that's like, a foot long and stuff like that, you can get into $1,000 for a koi. I ain't gonna do that. I'll get a variety of 3-inch koi and let them grow up. It's for rescue koi, and yeah, so it's all good, all good. All right, gang, I better make my way because our buddy Bob starts in just a moment, and I've got to feed fish and take the world's cutest dog out for a nice walk and do that. Thank you guys so much for joining the live stream, and I'll try to put out more content this week. If you haven't seen my recent video on the red Roebuck red guppies, please do. And so and let's go out and enjoy that. Yes, you have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.